Phew, where do we even start? Hello everyone! It has been a while since I've posted. My apologies for it being so long, but as many of you were aware, in the last few weeks I was rather occupied dealing with the court trial that I had surrounding the abuse that I went through in the past. And it did not exactly go as one would expect. It's been very complicated and convoluted, and I've vlogged the whole thing because I do want to share it with you guys and share with others what the experience is like to try and offer support in that way, because I really do feel seeing someone go through something gives you some grounding when you have to go through it. So I want to share that with others, but it's not really over yet because he ultimately decided to take a plea very last minute. So I never ended up testifying, really. And now he has 10 more weeks to get his orders and affairs. No, I always do that backwards because I'm so disoriented about the whole thing happening. His affairs in order. So he has 10 more weeks to do, whatever. And he's not arrested, he's not put away yet. And thus, everything is still kind of wide open, and I've been really sort of distraught over that and not really knowing how to move on with my life when it's still not quite over. But I'm just trying to be patient and keep it together and move on with my channel and my life in what way I can until June, when his sentencing hearing finally happens, and then I will vlog that experience as well and compile all the different days that I went through this and finally release a video of the experience in June. But until then, not so sure how regular I'm going to be able to post my edited videos, because I'm just really having a hard time finding direction and motivation lately. Today's probably been the most motivated day I've had in the last month. Which thank God, because that means I get to post a vlog for you guys, but I've just been pretty dead lately. Very depressed, very lost in terms of direction, because I feel like this is all still wide open and I was planning to have it done and dealt with at this point in my life. So frustrated that it's another couple months, but I'm pulling through. You guys have been the hugest support, by the way, in me getting through this, so thank you again. I've thanked you a few times in the last videos, but I cannot express enough just how much your support really has made a big difference for me in getting through this insanity that they call life. And I wanted to share with everyone as well that if you've never tried it before, and if you're ever in any way able to be entertained by games, if you're in an intense situation of high anxiety where you're basically just waiting for something and it's making you crazy, Minecraft is amazing. The weekend before the trial finally was supposed to originally happen on the 14th of March, I was so terrified. I've never been so scared in my life. And I find that really weird because I've been through near-death experiences with the abuse that I've been through, and I was never scared during that time as much as I was scared this last weekend, or that weekend before the 14th. And it was because I had to spend just hours and hours, days and days waiting for something that I was completely uncertain of. I had no idea what was going to happen. I hadn't seen him in years. And so all these uncertainties just created so much anxiety and anticipation and fear. And there was no like fearful adrenaline moment that you just like go through because you're in it, like an abuse situation often is. It was very much just constantly in anticipation and waiting for this presumably horrific thing to happen. And having to wait for something that you know is going to be horrible just massively, massively increases the fear that you're experiencing. And so I was so scared and so anxious. I don't think I've ever experienced this before. I was literally shaking. Like I couldn't, this was my hands and my voice was shaking and I couldn't eat. My nausea had returned, my chronic nausea, so I wasn't able to really eat very much. But then I'd randomly get really hungry, which was really annoying. And then I was crying on and off constantly, and just constantly so nauseous. It was debilitating because I was so anxious and so scared and just shaking. The night before, my spouse actually had to like hold me like genuinely tightly for like a half an hour before my body would stop shaking so that I could sleep. And thank God I did sleep. But after the first day, when I finally saw him, despite the fact that he did whatever he could to make the proceedings last as long as possible, and then just finagle them around and go for a plea anyways. But anyway, once I finally did see him and like see what was going on and what was going to happen, that faded, and I wasn't nearly as scared. But the reason I'm mentioning all this is because the only thing that could help me stop shaking, be able to relax, and just be okay, and not sitting there petrified and nauseous constantly, was Minecraft. I started playing it out of suggestion of my spouse, and I'd always thought it looked kind of interesting, but just I'm not a huge gamer, so I never really went for it. But he could see that I needed a source of distraction really, really badly, and so with that, he's like, why don't you give it a try? He let me try his account, and I liked it. I mean, I've always loved Roller Coaster Tycoon, because I'm a 90s kid, and it came in every cereal box, and I just like that whole maintenance thing of building and maintaining and keeping things up, and mostly the creative construction part of it. And so he saw that, and he was like, well, yeah, I think you'd like Minecraft. And I love it. I'm not a big gamer, like I said, but I love Minecraft, and I've been playing it pretty much nonstop since like March 12th or 11th, something like that. Whenever he finally got me to try it, a few days before the court trial, I've been like, if there's anything I want to do right now, it's Minecraft, because it helps me not think and not feel this pain and this anxiety and this nausea and insanity. It completely took me out of this world and put me in another one. And, when there's genuine things in life that you need to address, of course you don't want that. But when all you're doing is waiting for something that you're genuinely, utterly terrified of, motorcycles. Anyways, but when you're just waiting for something and there's nothing but waiting, there's no way to deal with that except distraction. And I just want to say and suggest to anyone who's dealing with a really intense situation where all you can do is wait. I mean, other than, practice your grounding and try your best to stay calm. Sometimes you can't control your body. Sometimes you're early on in therapy and you just don't have the control that you should or could attain eventually from therapy. And so in not being there, you need other sources of coping. And my therapist said, as I said in my last video or vlog that I made, sometimes avoidance and dissociation can be good when you're going through this type of intense stress and pain, because it allows you to keep yourself together. It shouldn't be your only coping mechanism, and you should practice your grounding in your therapy. But when you're going through this stuff, not so bad to distract yourself. And in that sense, I really, really do feel Minecraft is therapeutic, and I've been wondering if someone has ever started like Minecraft therapy. I haven't actually looked it up on YouTube, but I should. And in that sense, I'm curious what you guys think of the idea of me starting a little thread where I just do a little bit of streaming and talk about therapy concepts while playing Minecraft, and call it, Minecraft therapy. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys where I am right now, and sort of on edge, sort of not sure. I'm slowly regaining momentum and motivation, but it's slow going. I'm still kind of really confused and in limbo until June with my trial and stuff still, so it's been difficult to feel like I can finally move forward with my life when I technically can't yet, but things are mostly concluded. Like, he did do a plea, so there is no trial anymore. That's done. So I'm trying to, like, be okay with that, ground to that idea, and hopefully I will have an edited video for you guys next week, but possibly, likely not, because I'm still slowly picking up pace. But in April, I definitely will have more videos out for you guys, and I'm hoping to do my active green, what am I doing? My Earth Day tag, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about that in a future vlog, and I'd love if you guys participate. That's going to be for Earth Day, April 22nd. But in the meantime, I hope you're all doing well. I want to thank you one more time for all of your amazing support throughout this time, and my deepest apologies to anyone who's messaged or commented or tried to communicate with me in any way in the last few weeks. I've just really been out of it and felt unable to offer you guys sufficient and proper responses, but I'm going to be trying to respond to people more today and catch up on those responses in the next few days and comments and stuff, and hopefully ALifeLearned will be back on track soon. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and as always, please join me again next week where I try again to rant or cry or share a little something that I've learned in life.